Howdy, friends. It's Greenie here, and I just wanted to check in. Today's a really big day in astrology. It's the Jupiter and Pluto conjunction. So this, I think, last time this happened was 1931, and it's a big energy. Jupiter is known as the expander, and Pluto is known as the intensifier. And so, you can do the math, put two and two together, and what do you get when you put the expander together with the intensifier? So that's where we're at today. The past few days I've been feeling really good. I've been doing my self-care stuff and really just trying to stay in gratitude and stay present. I've been going for runs, and I did a juice fast not too long ago for about a week, and I'm in good shape. I'm mentally and spiritually there. But this morning, I think, a couple hours ago, there was some kind of emotional shift that just happened, and I started feeling all the feels, all the Jupiter Pluto feels. My housemate came back in the house. He was away at his girl's house last night, and I was just so agitated, annoyed, and then I got my stuff all together to leave the house and to come to my little office space here, and I just wanted to burst out in tears in the van on the way here, and it's just this energy, man. I mean, I've always been super sensitive to energies, but man, it really hit me in a big way just a couple hours ago. So where I am in Nashville, Tennessee, the conjunction Pluto and Jupiter is not exact until 8:45 p.m. Central Time. So, but I have always, if you are sensitive to energy, you will be feeling this energy, now and indefinitely. They're both slow-moving planets, so it's going to take a minute, even all this energy of sort of Jupiter applying to Pluto just thus far, even I hadn't really felt a lot of stress or that kind of, energy about it. But yeah, just a couple hours with Howie, it just really knocked me across the head with intensity, man. I mean, I don't have a lot of aspects in Capricorn, which is where this conjunction is happening. But it is a Capricorn perfections year for me. So I don't know. I'm still, just a astrology student. I don't really understand all the layers and dynamics of it, but I just wanted to share this experience of if you're feeling crazy and if you're feeling agitated and emotional, just all of a sudden, which is kind of more of a Uranus thing, the all of a sudden part, but you're not crazy, and we're not crazy for feeling intense right now, and perhaps expansive and explosive and wanting to, jump down people's throats or wanting to react, instead of taking a beat and taking time to respond. I mean, Pluto is known to be pretty intense on its own, just in general. And Jupiter is more or less in and of itself, said to be more sort of optimistic and positive and supporting and allowing and helping things along, and, bringing good fortune to things. But I'm not feeling a whole lot of that part of Jupiter at the moment. So this is just to say, hang in there, guys. It's not going to get a whole lot easier with the full moon coming up on the 7th. That's in 3 days. And also on the 7th is a Mars-Uranus square. So there's just a lot of, we need to be taking great care right now of ourselves and just be acutely aware of people around us. If we're in quarantine right now, locked in a house for days on end with small kids, or any kind of family member who's really quite enough, or partner, things can get really volatile really quickly. So it's so important to stay aware of what's happening and just know that this is not normal energy. I mean, sure, the pandemic and the virus and all the crazy health stuff, it's terrifying, and governments will likely be shutting down, and banks will likely be, who knows? It's important, though, to just not live in a place of fear around any of that. Recite the Serenity Prayer to yourself as many times a day as you need to. It's going to be a long ride through this. We're going to get a little bit of a break in the summertime when some of these really tight aspects kind of loosen a little bit, but then a bunch of shit is going into retrograde again. And so in the fall, we will be feeling a lot of these same energies coming back together again. So we just got to stay cool, stay aware, stay taking care of yourself. I've been seeing on Facebook a lot lately that, people are just bursting out in tears, and just depression is really rampant among my friend group anyway. We're sensitive people, but people are sensitive people. That's the deal. So I might encourage you to watch your alcohol intake. Alcohol is depressant, and the more you drink, the more depressed you can feel. So just be really aware of what you're putting in your body and what your body's doing, and the thoughts you're thinking that are creating your feelings. It's so important to have tools at a time right now, and a time like right now. And I am I feel so fortunate and so grateful that I have so many years of recovery and therapy and self-work stuff. And I don't know if I could have been getting through this time as easily and gracefully and gratefully as I have been, had I not kind of been through all my own personal shit, years ago, and been able to face it and work through it. So if you have never done that kind of work with yourself and kind of internal self-reflection, this is going to be an extra intense time for you, because you're going to be seeing a lot of that stuff that you are not able to busy yourself with distractions. It's going to be a major waking up and undoing of a lot of people's inner worlds, inner realities, identities. I went through my own little personal identity crisis this whole past year. I went through kind of rough Neptune transit, and thank God I'm not doing that in the midst of this also. Mercury and Neptune are about to come together too, so that's going to be confusion and misinformation and misunderstandings, and just be real gentle with yourself and with folks. And if you want to check out your own personal astrology as it relates to what's going on in the heavens right now, I'd be happy to talk to you for a very cheap consult, because I'm still very much learning. I'm still a student. So I don't feel comfortable, charging like professional astrologer fees at this time. But I know maybe more than I think I know. Again, I wouldn't be able to get into all the depth and layers that like an established astrologer could, but I know a thing or two, and I in the readings that I've done lately, I've done like 50 readings in the last 3 weeks, and it seems to be really helping validate people's feelings, helping to sort of clarify what to focus on, and a good direction for people to sort of be leaning toward. It's just a tool. It's just another tool, like going for a run or drinking green juice or anything else, calling your friends and having a good cry. Like, it's all of these things are so useful and so really essential right now in this wild, crazy energy time. So yeah, I hope I can sort of just be a voice to validate your feelings, that you're not crazy, you're not going crazy. What you're feeling is normal. It's a normal human response. We're energetic beings, just sort of reacting to energy of everything else that we're in this soup of. And it's just a fucking soup right now. We just gotta stay flowing a little bit with what's going on. And it's not comfortable, and it's not easy, and it's not what you want, or it's not what your self, ego person, identity person wants. It is what our souls collectively need. That's what I believe. Take it or leave it. It's just my take, but I believe that this is happening for a reason. I believe that we have been existing in an extremely unsustainable way on this planet for far too long. And I think the universe is just kind of, like cutting us off. It's going, okay, enough of that. All right, stop. Okay, stop. And we're all stopped now in our own little cocoons, which is kind of what this is, like what Pluto is, actually. Pluto is, this metaphor is used a lot with Pluto. It's the caterpillar in the cocoon that has to turn into muck and goo and unformed ick before it can actually transform physically into a butterfly and like eat its way out, and then like just fly off into its beautiful butterfly future. So we're all kind of like in the little chrysalis muck right now. We're just unformed from our previous selves and forming into whatever it is that we will become as a collective. It's an adventure, man. So my suggestion is, just kind of try to stay detached and laugh and like just be in awe. And know that you're not alone. You're not alone. None of us are alone. We're more connected now than ever before being physically together, even. So there are so many blessings in this. And I think that is where I'm finding my solace. It's just keeping my eye on the gratitude, keeping my eye on the connection with people. That's why I'm starting to do this video thing. So just, practice realigning your mind to positive, constructive things, because mine so easily can default back into despair and hopelessness and fear and reaction. And thank God I have enough practice in me that is not I'm not acting on those default modes of being at this time, right now anyway. So I have my moments, but so far I've been okay here. And doing astrology for people, doing readings, chart interpretations, timing techniques, all kinds of things with people has been so helpful to me, because the more charts I look at, the more I see like how everyone is dealing with all of this stuff. It's fascinating. People are fascinating. Science is fascinating. Space, energy, it's just mind-blowing. And I'm just so I'm just super rambling about nothing right now. But anyway, you're not alone. Hang in there. Be diligent about exercising the direction of your mind in the body. And if you have a spiritual practice, dig in. And you can always reach out. You can comment or like or share or subscribe or follow, or all of the things that you guys already know how to do. And doing those things helps me out and helps people find this message. So that would be cool if you would do that. Thank you for doing that. And I love you. And I will check in with you again soon. So be well. Stay healthy. Don't leave your house. And just hang in there. Okay. I love you. Adios and namaste.